Okay, here's heavy for upward. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna start with blue. I'm just gonna go blue and then red and then go through the points. On first, there's two choices. Either you help out on the window fight. This is usually the case if their heavy's playing right here on the window, which I'll talk about later. Or you help out with cart. This is the simple solution if you feel like you might fuck it up or whatever. But you just fist steal on cart. You know, you're really not gonna die. Don't get stabbed is really just the big priority. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then you just follow along. You probably take your gun out right around here once sniper's not a threat. And you, as the cart comes up, you watch for any sackers, spy check, that sort of thing. That's the simple solution. For on the right side here, you usually want your engineer to build a little teleporter right here so that you have a tiny bit of height. This is so that you can actually properly fight the heavy. If not, it's fine. You can still fight this. Fully rev up. Remember, you have if you don't know, you need to be revved for a full second before you do full damage. So try not to unrev for no reason. But walk up here and duel the heavy. If there's no heavy here, I'm gonna turn my audio down. Sorry. If there's no heavy here, then really you can shoot the other members of the team. So that's also good. You might get headshot, but that's okay. It means someone else doesn't get headshot. The other option is drop down over here. You're probably gonna take a lot of damage, and Scout's probably gonna chase you. I think if Scout, like, if you're to here and Scout's looking at you, like he's on the bridge, he's chipping you down, probably your best bet is just you stay around here with a Fist of Steel and you just soak up damage, because, I mean, he's gonna use his whole clip on you, he's gonna use his bleed, and then he's not gonna kill you, so he's gonna waste his ammo, and it means, like, your demo, your soldier gets to jump in for free, or maybe he gets caught out because he's out here trying to kill you, gets sniped or something. So you probably just take chip damage here, and then like if you take too much, just back off, because they're not gonna chase you. If they chase you over here, then you know your team is either like fully dead, in which case it doesn't matter. But or you know your team sucks. But if you are able to get here, honestly, you just stand right here, and you just put pretty soft pressure here. I wouldn't worry about getting value right away. Just the fact that you're able to be revved here is already good enough. So you don't need to look for something super dangerous right then and there. Really, that's the whole thing. You're not doing very much. Your team will kind of do the rest of the work. You're holding a position or you're helping out with cart. If you do get cart to around over here, just keep fist of stealing it, because like if they should not be able to kill you fist of steel. If they are able to kill you fist of steel, then your team is trolling you. So yeah, don't die, lol. Um, Anyways, and remember, you can always do the little jump right here. It's a little difficult, especially right around this corner. Yeah, I don't get it all the time, but you can do that. Useful if they're not on that immediate area. If you are able to get that jump, it's not a bad idea to just immediately sit your ass right here. I maybe wouldn't climb up to this. This is a little rough sometimes, especially because you have to unrev. That's first. It's pretty simple. For red, you have usually two options. The most common one is you're going to be sitting on this window. Um, oh, and for both points, by the way, it is usually minigun. There's no real reason to go Tommy Stop here. Your long range damage doesn't matter. Sorry, I had a cough. So, anyways, yeah, you're just kind of holding this head glitch. I would not peek out like this. I wouldn't peek out like this unless you know their sniper is dead and you know your team can support you a little bit. Like, if your demo is half health, your soldier like doesn't have rockets and he's also like kind of low HP. I would never peek this, right? Even if sniper is dead. But if like all those are true, like three blue are dead, and like you guys are just really holding this super well. You could peek this again if sniper's dead, and then you could surprise their heavy. You could stop them from taking early space. The problem is that if you guys are even, or if they have more health or damage or whatever, then you're just gonna eat shit, and then you're gonna get killed by heavy. Don't turn around for the sack. Like like if their soldier somehow gets into around here, fuck that guy. Fuck him. All right, he'll die to something else. You need to keep staring at this window. Do not look away from window unless it's a spy call. Like I would at max do this. All right, I'm not like, oh man, where's the spy? No, fuck that. That's stupid. So stay there. That's good. You kill the heavy. You will probably die. If you feel like, okay, maybe I've like survived 2 attempts to kill me, then yeah, it's fair to back off and go live. In which case, the other option, which you could also start as, some people like doing it all the way out here. You just get to shoot whoever's coming over. Focus on whoever coming over your head, not who's on the roof. So like, Like I would put my crosshair like right here, for example, as a resting point, and then like let's say soldier flies over. It's much easier to flick like that than it is to go like all the way. You know what I mean? It's a small thing. You can kind of ignore players who are coming over to the right, unless heavy's right here, obviously. But you'll see that coming. Scout can sometimes jump on your head. Just have good tracking. That's you should die for it, so it shouldn't happen too much. You could also play way behind here on a cart, but then you're not doing good damage, and you're a really like easy headshot like bait, I guess. What it's good at is against spies, because you're number one, you're a physical body block. Number two, you have a lot of ammo. You can spy check much easily, and it's good if like if you know like their soldier to demos got some crazy hops. They always get to like over here. They always get like that. Then this is easier to. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. This is easier to deny them. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Really not doing too much. You're not really the head of any push or hold. You're just kind of supporting damage, right? And you're holding that window as well. Uh, Back to blue, transitioning to second point. When cart is still like flying through the tunnel, don't be afraid to kind of help out on cart a little bit. And this goes for like the entirety of combat, but don't be afraid to like maybe help out, spy check a little bit. Just make sure cart gets around here and like your flank team isn't just kind of like left out in the water. Otherwise, once that's set, once you think, oh, it's clear, like maybe the soldier's dead or whatever, then you can come out over here. And you probably already know this, but oh my fucking god, oh my god, and remove. There we go. And then remove, 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 remove. So yeah, that's the command to remove shit like that, by the way. But your job over here is just to hold this door for when your team wants to walk through. When you guys are still setting up, like maybe your demo died or something, so he's coming back. I would sit right on this doorway, fully revved, so that spy either can't leave the room. So maybe do quick check. Oh, yep, spy's not in here, and he also can't get in the room. So just make sure to body block like that whenever you're waiting. Otherwise, once the Ubers go through, your demo, your pyro, and your medic are in. The whole purpose of this Uber, if you weren't sure, is just to make them use Uber. It is you are almost never getting in here for the purpose of like, okay, now let's kill their team, let's get gun. You might get gun, but like you just want to force them to Uber. That's the entire goal, which is why you're gonna be sitting right here and you're gonna open a door for them. That's it. You're just sitting right here, probably fist of steel, probably minigun. You're not gonna die. You realistically, you're not really gonna die. So maybe with minigun, just kind of make sure spy check. If pyro walks up somehow, sometimes they won't Uber and the pyro's just air blasting in the corner. You are the hit scan, right? So you can shoot them pretty easily. But I wouldn't focus too much on that. I do is you keep the door open. Once they force their Uber, your team should back up into here, and then you close the door on them. And then everybody is heading back. As a group, everybody needs to head back to tunnel, and you guys are going back for tunnel pressure. I'm not sure exactly what your guys' strategy will be, but I think the best strategy is you sit here with Fist of Steel, and you let your medic just build. And he power builds on you, essentially. And the thing is that their team, unless they know to build, which this is Maine, they probably don't, you guys are going to have such a strong advantage if you guys just get the Ubers out. Especially because you do use Uber first, so you're gonna start building first. But you just build, and at around 70 to 75% is when you guys want to start spamming gun, and when you and Soldier want to get whipped back all the way to back to apartments. This is what it's called, by the way, apartments. So yeah, you get your little full buff or whatever. You probably won't really keep it realistically, but and you guys go back to apartments, and you have vision over here, so your soldier or you can look through. You can see what's going on. Their response, the response they should be having when your medic and demo are in tunnel is they drop down and they play in this courtyard right here. In that case, once they start pushing through with Uber, then you guys need to walk in. Usually, I like just kind of slow walking this right here. But if I see that their soldier is like really far away, like maybe I look through this window and their soldier's like way over there, I'm probably just power walking this, right? I'm not even revved up. I don't need to. Of course, be careful with gun, right? Be careful with spy. Um, and your soldier's getting in. He's doing the same thing. He's spamming through the window. He's getting this control. Your job is to seize this control while your team Ubers, right? And it's probably going to be an advantage Uber if you guys did it correctly, right? The other thing is if they don't move down, if they do the wrong play and they stay up here while your team goes through tunnel overs, then you need to be patient. All right, this gate is see through. You can see if they're still there. You can see if they're still like over here. You be patient and you let them know that your presence is here, and you fear them into staying up there. Like or at the very least punish them if they drop down too late. So let's say they're still up there and they're just kind of looking at you while your team Ubers in. Who cares that you did nothing? You're essentially just kind of fucking mogging them, all right? Yeah, the second thing you actually do drop down, the second they start, you can poke a little bit, but be wary of spy, right? Of course, always be wary of spy. But yeah, that's realistically the best things you should be doing. You are almost never going to push through court or the tunnel. You're almost never going to do it. But if you are, for some reason, go up this left side. Go up here, right? So what I'm talking about is you want to kind of go up here at the very least and like fully revved up, and you don't want to take sniper spam, so that's why you're on the left here. And you want to punish people who drop down from the windows and from up here. It's not like a terrible play to come out courtyard. It's just not usually the best. So that's kind of how that goes. Communicate very well when you do get this apartment space. Like if you fucked everybody up, like engineer's dead, soldier got absolutely fucking dicked. Communicate that. Be like, yo, we have apartments. We have apartments. Like regroup. And then you guys just basically hold this. Don't die. Don't die. Don't peek sniper. Just fucking hold it here, okay? If you're getting spammed from like a soldier or something, then you can move to like this and you won't get spammed. But you are more sniper free, so just fair warning. Um, you almost never want to come out here as well. Usually if you're going to drop down, you're going to be coming out here, shooting like that. Okay, that is second. Also simple, but this is more of a complicated teamwork kind of point, right? A lot of it's going to depend on you guys, all nine of you knowing the rotates, knowing what to do and where to go. You and your soldier need to talk really, really well on this point as well. Um, and that's even on red as well. Anyways, back to now talking about red. Um, you are gonna spend most of your time on red, just sitting in this one spot, and that's generally true. Oh, by the way, minigun for blue. For red though, you can go Tomislav. It's still your choice. I think if you think they put a lot of apartments pressure, then go minigun. If you think that like they kind of split a lot, then you can play Tomislav. Um, up to you, dealer's choice. But in general, in Swiftwater, you're playing a very slow game. You're not getting a lot of DPM. Honestly, even like 150, 200 DPM is not the worst thing ever on Swiftwater. Because most of the time, you're doing this. You're just kind of, you know. By the way, Spy can stand here if you didn't know that. Be very, very careful. It also means you can stand there. So, you never know. You're sitting here, and you're just getting crit healed. You're not taking spam. You're watching for Spy. And I don't mean blasting your entire fucking ammo all over the map, okay? Unless Spy is hey, Spy is near the medium pack, then you can blast it. But don't do this random. You don't want to waste your ammo. You're just watching. Spy's biggest fucking weakness or biggest counterplay isn't spy checking, isn't fire. It's literally just opening your eyes. This counters 80% of his decloak spots now, even if you're not shooting. So if you're shooting, it actually takes away your focus. So you're not gonna notice things. But anyways, yeah, that's you kind of just sit here. Your sniper might be on you. Your buddies might be on you. Whatever. Get pre-healed by your medic. When they push through blue to get your Uber, I like to sit right here, and I'm kind of watching the status of it. Like, if somehow we fucking die and whatever, then I'm kind of watching. I might be like, oh shit, I need to hide a little bit. I need to play for post. If their pyro is like, maybe they get caught out, like their heavy fucks up and he dies and he isn't able to open the gate, then you're the hit scan damage. You can delete the pyro, whatever. If they do some kind of flog or man treads play, which is something where I didn't talk about it because it's not heavy, but sometimes they will go flog or soldier and man treads, and they instead of Ubering, they just walk in here without even Ubering, and they essentially brute force it. Um, you're the hit scan, right? There's no defense against hit scan. You need to delete that player. So during the Uber, keep your eye out, but I don't want you being right here, right? I don't really want you being right here either. You're gonna take spam. You lose your career heals, and you might die in the Uber as well. So you're the post Uber king. Anyways, once Uber is over, again, if there's players still in there, fuck it, go ahead, kill them. If not, you're still playing up here. And let's say they do the correct thing and they drop down, they start building a tunnel, they start killing your gun, they start getting sniper in the side tunnel, then you're probably still staying here. But I do know a lot of players, like it's like a 50-50 of whether you play here or you move over to this head glitch right here. And you essentially just full-time stop this their soldier and heavy from pushing in. Right? And that's one thing you need to worry about if you're in blue as well, is the heavy right here. What really what will really counter that is soldiers just spamming. But again, that takes a long time, so that's gonna take ammo. It means you might get like chip damage because your soldier's also probably gonna be up here, which I didn't mention, but your soldier's also gonna be up here spamming. Theoretically, he should be up here. A speaker should know that, but um, yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. You're gonna be dealing with their heavy, their soldier. Not and also sometimes you also could play right here as well. It doesn't mean you can't get spammed as easily. Especially if they have the rocket launcher, not the original. It's really hard to spam that. They could kind of shoot you right there. But what's really nice about this spot is it's really easy to get a buff from your medic below. Because guess what? Hey, medic, buff me. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you very much. If you know the sniper's dead, or if you don't really, you want to take the risk, you could even sit right here. And a lot of heavies, a lot of soldiers will not expect it. I think right here is a little bit better. Because if they are expecting it, and he like pulls around the corner fully revved, you can just do this and then your soldier cleans up, right? Try not to die. This is like swift. This is like upward second, where like you're playing for contact. You're not really playing just to brawl to the death. Um, yeah. If they Uber through main and they're a little bit faster with Uber too, like they built a little bit better, you could shoot players that are trying to jump up here. Sometimes your demo might like literally sticky jump all the way up here. You could knock them down, right? If you're in one of these two positions. If, a soldier like somehow gets a bomb in or whatever, you can start tagging him. But yeah, patience is the name of the game. Try to think about like what little spots you want to play. Think about the angles you're at. Like this is much better than like right here in the open, and you're losing maybe like 10 DPS, right? This is so much better, right? It also, but if you're right here, it means sniper can't shoot you, right? You see that? So it's every little thing you got to think about. And it's gonna seem kind of boring, but unless you like really like heavy, which you're 60 players, so probably not. But you get the point. Um, you shouldn't really play on the left side of the map like ever. You shouldn't drop down with your team down here, pretty much also ever, unless you just don't do it. Yeah. Talking about third blue, you have two options: play with your combo and play in the Ubers as well. Maybe even get a surprise kind of drop or something. So what I'm talking about is like you're the first one in here, Fist of Steel, you're soaking up damage, and your Pyro Demo follows you in. You can stand up here, by the way. Not like all the way up. You can if you jump up there, but you can rev up like this. Alright, be careful sniper and stuff. If they're holding upper, then I wouldn't push past that. I would honestly play like all the way back here or something. Or actually, I wouldn't even play. Maybe I'd be like all the way up here too. Just because like their pyro can commit on you and like instantly kill you really if he Ubers. But if they're playing upper or lower, I mean, this is really, really good. It also means you get to kill players right here. Anyone right here who's chilling, soldier, whatever. It's a great collapse. Just be careful spy, be careful sniper. And then if you want to do a really fast Uber, like maybe like boom, car time fucking blitz through, like they still have two dead from second, then what you do is you get your medic and you just boom. Just like that. And you just do that. You'll probably fucking die, but like also you do 10 billion damage and you might kill their medic, you might kill their demo. If you kill engineer when doing that, then you fucking did your job, right? Anytime you the fuck? Anytime you're ever playing in this area, be careful of players up there. Like, sometimes what I do is I do right here, and I just wait, and I see, like, do I hear rockets up there? Do I hear someone up there? And the second it passes, I'm not even revved. I'm just going up here. And I'm thinking, if there is someone up there, I'm taking the damage just so I can get a good angle at him. Right? Because this fucking sucks. It is honestly better to unrev and walk up these stairs than it is to do this. This is ass. Don't do that. Anyways, the other option is going to be walking through boilers. Those fucking furries, man. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. Remove one of them. Why not? Oh, I need both. Oh, okay. The other option is playing boiler, and this is so that if you feel like your sniper's dying a lot, this is why you're gonna be coming up here. A lot of times you're gonna have someone you might be chilling over here, and you're just kind of making sure soldier can't play up here, and soldier can't play up here, right? And then you kind of just chill up there, right? It also means no one can really flank through you. Realistically, spy should not be able to decloak over here. Look at the packs. If packs got taken and your teammate wasn't the one to take it, there's a spy around you, right? You could play window. I would say if your scout is dead and he's able to play on your sniper's body, then this is a good option. But again, this is sniper like material, and also if soldier is above you, you can't shoot him. And if he knows you're there, he's just gonna corner peek you to death, right? And he has a health pack right there, so he's not scared at all to take that corner peek. So this is riskier, but if your sniper is just fucking dying, then like you gotta do what you gotta do. But this is normally a little bit of a better option. The weakness of this is, obviously you're not going to help your combo out. Your combo doesn't have a reliable hit scan anymore. Like I guess you and Scout could trade, but then Boiler's just weaker, right? One really good strength about this is playing on the silo. If their soldier's dead, right? Like if he got fucked, if you feel like you have 5 seconds to make a play, honestly, what you do, come over here, and you just fucking do this. I wouldn't stand like right on the edge here unless they're like already backed into the. If there's anyone in the courtyard, I would just play like this, and you're kind of just slowly, you're just fucking making them waste ammo on you. Even though you're slow, this is at such a height and such a distance that you can dodge rockets and pipes. So don't be afraid to like, oh fucking, John Wick that shit, whatever the fuck, whatever that Matrix. Yeah, the Keanu Reeves in the Matrix, that guy. And then honestly, like, if like you should just win the point. If you're here and you don't die in like 10 seconds, you need to win the point. And if you didn't win the point from that, then your team's trolling you. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's kind of it. It's super simple. Don't play on cart. In general, on payloads, Heavy isn't playing on the cart, he's supporting the cart. So you're just not a great cart class because you're just so easy to shoot and you're so slow and like yeah, you have some good cover, but it's just not good. You want to support the cart, not play the cart. Same deal here. Right? You're watching cart go up and you're helping that out. You're not jumping down and fucking doing this. Maybe if it's right here and like no one's in courtyard, drop down fist of steel, fucking cap it. Cool, right? But don't do it all the time. Yeah, I would not advise ever going through here. By the way, this just sucks. You might every now and then you'll get a cool play, but like I feel like 70% of the time you just die to some bullshit, whether it's spy or like fucking 10 billion stickies. It's fucking annoying. Don't do it. Playing up here also kind of stinks because they have a better angle on you over here. You don't have a good angle over here. So I would honestly say if you're not gonna climb up here, then you're probably just looking to immediately drop, right? Maybe you're playing right here and you're like, all right, just doing that. Anyways, that's third. Let's talk about fourth. Fourth, fucking Normandy. This is what I like to call it, Normandy. I don't know what speakers. I don't know what like you guys will call it, but we call it Normandy back in the day. This is really really rough. Your goal, just like a upward third, I believe, upward third, like your goal is to get the U-turn. Your goal is to get to this fucking spot, right? Get to the spot alive and able to actually rev up, right? You can do a little crouch to see like what's here, but you don't want to full time peek this, of course. You're fucking fearing him. Honestly, even the presence of you being here is enough to make things back up sometimes. This is an okay peak, but it's just much wider and much taller. And honestly, your demo should like have it instead of you, right? Spy check that every now and then, right? Always be very spy mindful. Like I'm doing this, right? I'm playing like a schizo here. Like I'm doing this. All right. Oh, every 3 seconds. This is a 3 second spy check time, right? Because spy could just get on you like instantly. It's really fast. He can even jump on your head sometimes too. Like you'll just fucking, right? You just get your ass. Um, how do you get here? That's a good fucking question. Unfortunately, it's not really like you can't really do much about getting there a lot of times. It's just kind of like your team will do something and now you're able to. I would say some of the best times is you literally just fist steal out here. You waste a sniper shot. You waste some stickies. You're kind of low HP. Maybe you eat a sandwich. Maybe you get arrowed. And if their demo isn't actively peeking out, you can kind of come out here and you can just kind of do this. If their demo is peeking out, you need to kind of finesse it a little bit. Maybe you're standing here with his steal. Oh, he just shot like 2 pipes. He just shot 3 stickies at you. You dodge them. Maybe you only take like 60 damage. And then you walk up. You need to bait his ammo count, essentially, is what I'm saying. Either bait his ammo count, or he gets bullied off by your team. Like, your demo just starts placing stickies on him, your sniper starts pressuring him, now you're able to walk up for free. If there's any players playing in courtyard, I would probably, normally, if no players in courtyard, I would fist steal all the way until here. But if players are in courtyard, I'm doing this. I'm just kind of, right, and I'm hiding from this. I want to do that. But I do want to put in my peripheral view, because if a heavy shows up, flick to it, right? I don't know how good your flicking is, but just do that, okay? That's kind of it. You're again, like I said, this is 3-second peaks maximum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? You take too much damage, you're gonna die. You get stabbed, bad. Shoot gun, shoot pyro. That's your focus. Shoot gun, shoot pyro, and then demo. Everything else, you're really not gonna realistically kill them, nor are they important enough to pressure. Maybe if a scout's obviously if a scout's in your face, shoot him. But like, if Scott's like all the way back there, fuck that guy, right? Fuck that guy. Unless it's the only target. But this is again another minigun point. I forgot to talk about it. I think honestly the entirety of third is a minigun. Wait, I just realized I forgot to talk about fucking red. Bro, I'm a fucking idiot. Oops. On red, it's really simple though. You're mostly playing here. If you're playing up top, you're mostly playing right here. Or you could actually even go all the way up there. Yeah, you're denying sacks, and you're denying their heavy from jumping in and just shooting you like that. That's it. Don't be into Ubers, really. Sorry. It's really simple, but I forgot to talk about it. I know it's going to look a little weird now in the review. That's okay. I don't feel like editing it anyways. Talking about red now. Oh, no, sorry. The other option, right? Normally going through Normandy. The other option is you help your sniper and help your flank on, or maybe even your combo if you're going all the way out here. The best way to do it, I think this is a terrible push if you don't have Uber, right? So if you don't have Uber, I would honestly just chill. I don't like playing in here by default. I would honestly just rather like play over here and wait to get to Normandy. But what you can do is you come out here. Maybe you've come out rev first. Okay, there's no targets here, no spy, and then you unrev and you kind of do this, right? I think this is just like such a bad damage range, right? It's not really worth shooting them from here. I'd rather just not take the damage. And again, you can soak up bullets. Like, yeah, maybe you take 200 damage while you have your fist steel out, but how many pipes is that? How many stickies? How many sniper shots is that, right? And that's still worth it. But yeah, I honestly, even if your team's doing a push over there, I probably still recommend going through Normandy. Now, talking about red, you really got two options. If your team is winning, then you're playing here, right? In which case, if you think your team is better at them and you think you guys have a good hold, play Tomislav, because this is great. You do not want to let them walk up Normandy for free. Remember how I said like, oh, like it feels like ass? Is because you need to be shooting them. Like I know sniper can beat you. I know like this and that can happen, but like that's just kind of the risk you need to take because you guys need to you cannot let them walk here for free. That doesn't mean though once they do get up here, you need to like insta clear them because you're probably gonna die doing that. If honestly, if their heavy gets that space, you kind of just have to concede it. What I would do is I would not let him peek and I would just hold it like this. I'm not peeking sniper because the second you do this, you're getting headshot, you're getting stickied, and you're getting minigunned. You're probably even getting a scattergun too. You're just gonna fucking die. Right here though, realistically, the only thing that's gonna kill you is their heavy peeking. In which case, it's just a DPM battle, right? And he doesn't want to trade that because then he loses his space, he loses his health, all that. Like I said, again, also something you don't really want to peek out of here. You could. It's a little bit better on red than it is versus blue, but again, you don't really want to do it. The other option, if you guys have lost it and like maybe their heavy's right there and like their demo is able to spam all that, I'm playing this head glitch now. This is really good for stopping any players trying to walk through here. Really good stopping bombs. If you're up here, by the way, this kind of sucks for bombs. So if you know they're gonna bomb, I would honestly probably back up to like this, right? It also means you get this watch spy. But it's good against spy as well because you can do this. Whenever you're spy checking, always hide yourself, right? Boom, 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 boom. Because what might happen is you spy check, and in that second someone comes up, and then you get a mini surprise on them, right? So always think about where your head is, where you can peek it up while you're spy checking. I want to spy check too heavy though. I'm more like I'm watching his fucking respawn timer, and I'm thinking, okay, he might go in a couple seconds. I'm a little wary, right? Um, and so on. But yeah, you're mostly shooting players on the left here. It's your job. It's your team's job to shoot players on the right. Maybe if they get super close over here, shoot them. But like honestly, like I'd probably just focus on like that. Yeah, that's kind of it. You play here. This is when you're winning. This is when you're losing. When you Uber back on them, whether it's advantage or not. Let's say it is advantage. So let's say it's even and doesn't go anywhere. If it's advantage Uber, honestly, I'd probably bring back that space. Like maybe your demo is like you're fading out, your team's fading out like somewhere over here or over here. I would come back here and I would try to regain the space because that also means no one on card could really play super safe because they just get beamed, right? Anyways, that's blue and red. Let's talk about blue and last. Blue and last kind of sucks. Here's the surprise little play I like to do whenever I start on last. I like to, whether it's fist stealing through this lane or even through Among Us. Yes, that's what this is called. Because eventing. Come through here, make sure there's no one over here. I spot check myself as I'm going through here. And what I do is I peek this. Here's a fun little fact. This gun doesn't really see you. I don't know what it is about this hitbox, but you can stand right here and just spam the gun. Obviously not if you're like all the way out here, but like you can just shoot the gun. So it's actually a really good time stealth point. But you know what's also right here? Heavy. And because it's such a weird hitbox, sometimes you can just do this. Oh, heavy dead. Or maybe he's over here. Oh, heavy dead, right? Or you shoot, like, maybe you get a lucky pick on someone. I wouldn't do this every single life. I'm just saying, maybe in your first life here, and maybe, like, every other, like, 3 lives, you're going over here, and you're just getting, like, such good, valuable damage right off the rip. It's a surprise play, but it's one that's super good. Um, Otherwise, as a default, you're going to be trying to play near this window. A lot of times, honestly, even if this gate's open, I fucking hate walking through it because it's just like fucking rocket spam hell. It's kind of gay, but it is better against sniper. Um, the other option, right, which I prefer is as I'm walking through here, but I'm revved up like this. I'm watching this, making sure spy didn't show up on me. Um, and I'm still revving up all the way to here. If there's soldiers able to live here, I wouldn't contest them. I would chill here until someone who can contest them gets in there. Maybe it's your scout, maybe it's your spy, maybe it's someone who could maybe it's your demo who just is able to who's able to throw some stickies at that. But I wouldn't let him do damage for you on free. Like if he starts shooting you, back up a little bit, right? But let's say you're able to walk through here. I would unrev at this point. Fist is still here. I'm going right here. Boom. And guess what? Honestly, you know what I might do? I might just do this, but I'm not actually peeking him because guess what? You don't need to get value right away. This is just like I said, this is a very patient map. If you're not getting value in like about 10 seconds, it's okay. You being alive, being a presence is enough. Because guess what's gonna happen? In those next 10 seconds, your team's gonna Uber, someone's gonna push, spy's gonna go in, and when you see that, when like your team starts calling for shit to happen, then you start peeking, right? Then you start killing people. A big weakness to this is if soldier comes out through baby here, right? Gay baby jail, and he starts just spamming you and shit. In that case, you need to like tell your like scout or something to go fight him. You need to tell your soldier to go like help out on that. You're just not gonna win that fight, right? You just kind of have to eat shit there. Um, Eating sandwich here just sucks dick, but sometimes you gotta do it, right? But yeah, that's what you're doing. Tom yourself is actually not that bad, but again, like minigun, like if they're in your face, you want to go minigun, right? So yeah, because you might also be on Brass Beast if you're on Tomislav, you're just gonna get fucked. But yeah, once you're not really playing on the cart, you're supporting the cart. Something that really sucks is sometimes you get like a 5K here, but everyone on cart died, and so you're just kind of sitting here, you're like, ah, shit, what do I do? Honestly, I still haven't really found a solution. Sometimes staying here and just making sure no one gets to play up is a good idea. One time, a couple times I might just go all the way out here, and this is more of a surprise play, and you also have like hard cover, so you're just sitting here, just like, oh, medic walkthrough, he's dead, right? Demo walkthrough, he's just dead because you didn't expect that. I would really come out to this courtyard though. That kind of stinks. Anyways, that's blue. Blue sucks. Bit of a meat grinder, but it'll happen. Red. Talking about red. You are almost always playing somewhere on this ledge, and always be playing for your crit heals as well. Don't really just take random spam unless you need to. But um, yeah. Brass. This is a map where Brass Beast is good. Good. He is very good on this. Other examples is upward first and vigil second. Yes, I said it, vigil second. But Brass Beast, you just fucking hold this. If you're 450, you can't get headshot by a sniper. Well, you can, but it won't kill you right away. You know, if you're 450 with the brass. Same with if it's steel. But I like playing this as a default. This is pretty good. Other options I like is playing as a default. Sometimes I'll play here, but this is kind of risky because they see your feet a little bit. The other option is you play right here. This is more cart denial and stairs denial. Also, if you're playing here, your medic needs to know that if they start Ubering through, he does need to save you, right? In general, medics should be flashing you probably like 1 or 2 times on this, just because you being alive is really really important, right? So make sure your medic knows to flash you. Make sure you're saying, "Hey medic, flash me in Uber," right? You don't need to be in it. Really, just get flashed once or twice, because you'll still soak up a ton of damage. But also, crouch and then jump. So crouch and then jump if you want to get to this. Jump and then crouch will not work. I like doing this a little bit because it's just a little bit of an off angle, and you never really know, right? You never know when that might help you. So that's really really nice. Sometimes I'll just swap around. I'll do this, right? I'll like very suddenly switch over. So that's really nice. You're almost never playing somewhere else, to be honest. The other, yeah, no, that's kind of it. You're really just playing those 2 positions. Um, if you do accidentally end up dropping, like maybe you got pushed by a rocket and you like fell down, or maybe you're just a fucking idiot and you fell down, just honestly kind of resign your fate to like Fist of Steel and this cart. I do think the best class to actually tank on the cart isn't heavy. It's actually soldier with a banner, and if you look up while reloading, you're impossible to headshot. And so what he does is he just sits here, and it's really easy for him to go back up for an arrow for some ammo and to come right back down on the cart. But last ditch scenario, someone needs to get on the cart. I'm sorry, little boy, you need to get on that cart. Your biggest deal is watch for spy. Fuck the sniper. Like he's gonna shoot you whether you like it or not. So like what I'm doing is I'm probably sitting over here. I'm doing like moves. I'm like jumping on a car. I'm fucking doing a cartwheel. Like I'm doing everything to like try and get dodge. Like try and dodge bullets. But also like I'm watching for spy. And I'm yelling the second I see like spy, spy, like spy vent, spy toxic or whatever the fuck. I don't know what this is called, but yeah. Um Honestly, that's kind of it. There's not much else to do. If you notice, the general theme for upward or not upward Swiftwater is you have to play so patient. You're playing contact. You're not getting a lot of damage throughout the game, but you're a demon on post tubers, and you're a demon when you get to stay alive. If you're alive throughout entire pushes, you bring so much value. Even if you don't do fucking damage, you bring value just by existing and being like a damage sponge, right? Um, so prioritize staying alive for the post tuber. That is your goal. Make sure your medic knows that post tuber, you are the main character, right? Because your demo, he used up his pipes, right? He used up his stickies. Your scout, he's maybe a little bit low. But in that post tuber, dude, you got fucking ammo for days. You have HP for days. You will delete enemies. Um, that's kind of it. That's a really simple approach to Swiftwater. It's one of my personal favorite maps on Heavy, so I know a lot about it. It's I love Heavy, right? So let me know if you have any questions. Uh, it's a tiny bit tailored to you, Bluetooth, since it's Euro 6's player mostly, the speakers told me, but this works for like any really new Heavy player. That's it. I'm ending recording now.